All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome to today's stream. January the 7th. Turn this music down a little bit. Hope everybody's having a good day. As always, we're going to do some day trading. Asian session just opened 1 minute ago. Get rid of some of these alerts from yesterday. We did not take any trades yesterday, guys. Yesterday was a zero trade day. There was no good price action yesterday. Good morning, Adele. Good evening for my United States people. Hope everybody's having a good day. We are going to take a look at a couple different charts tonight. There's a couple that actually look good tonight, which is good. Because last night was terrible. There was no good price action yesterday. We didn't like anything that we saw, so we didn't take anything. But today's a different story, which is good. So, if you're just joining, welcome, guys. I think I might need to make this thing closer. Alright, let's get it going here. We're going to look at some charts. If you guys are new to the stream, we go through the charts with volume. The charts that have the most volume are what we're going to go through. What's good, Miguel? Good to see you in here. Appreciate you showing up. But let's start with volume, boys, like we always do. What's got volume? Gold, always going to have volume. Gap up on gold. Gold might go for you gold traders. Alright, Euro JPY. Still kind of in range, to be honest with you guys. That's weird. It really is. Because we've had now, this would be the second stream that it's ranging. It's not typical that you have two streams where it's ranging. So that's not really that normal. To me, at least. Is this the session you preferred? Is this the session I preferred? Yes. Asian is preferred. 100%. Asian session's preferred. I like Asian session the best. It works best for my schedule, and I like the price action the best. I don't believe we have any news tonight, guys. Yeah, no, we had U.S. news today. We had two U.S. newses today, and both were bad for the currency. But as you can see here, it really didn't do much. It had a drop off, and then the market corrected itself. So like, sounds like we're gonna get some money. Yep. All right, so let's take a look at your USD JPY. Kind of ranging here. We're gonna keep that there because we may like this for a buy if it clears the tops of this. That would be our point here. GBP AUD is. Oh, you know what? Let's start on the 4 hour, guys. We're gonna start on the 4 hour like normal. So GBP AUD, between a support and resistance. If we get a green candle, this should probably move toward the upside. GJ is dropping off, but it is on... it's on a downtrend now. It broke through this low. So if we look at GJ right now, it broke through that low there. I think GJ's a sell. We're going to mark that as a sell for now. CHF JPY on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour. Kind of in between two ranges, guys. It could continue the downtrend or it could reverse. I don't like that chart. I don't like that chart at all. So Euro AUD is at a key support. Euro AUD is at a key support right now. And we could see it go this way. It really kind of just depends. But it's got two huge FVGs right there that I'm not crazy about at all. Not crazy about those. All right, we topped out pretty high here at AUD JPY. Looks like if we drop down to the day, boy, we topped out since July of 24. I think we're going to see some sort of retracement on AUD JPY. AUD JPY topped out at a pretty high spot. We should see it come down, but it is currently at a support that's holding. So we need to see it break these lows to even think about getting in it. But from a zoomed out standpoint, it looks like a sell. When you go back into the 1 and the 4, it actually kind of looks like a buy off this fair value gap right here. AUD NZD looks like a really nice buy. You've got 3 strong fair value gaps that you'd have to break through. However, the 4-hour... Yeah, we're going to need to wait for 4-hour close on that. You're stuck in between 2 fair value gaps, so that's not something that we're going to want to touch right now. GBP CAD. It's hanging around this zone right here. So if we were to draw what this zone is, you're pretty much looking at here to here. Pretty simple to draw that out. We're in between zones, but we are at somewhat of a pivotal point within 17 pips. This could triple top, or it could keep climbing for the 17 pips and then reject. So we might need to wait a little bit of time on that one. Oh, GBP NZD. I don't think we've traded this pair live on stream yet. But let's take a look here. GBP NZD. Why do I have that way out there? All right, so that's kind of a... That zone's kind of really out of the picture here. That zone's way high, and we haven't been there in a long time, so we're going to draw a new one. I like buys here. GBP NZD, we're probably going to mark as a buy here. We've got a strong support that looks like it's been respected for 16 hours. Pretty big bullish candle here. We're going to mark GBP NZD as a buy, and we'll hold on to that for a little bit. USD JPY I also like as a buy, but hear me out. We have not broken these highs in 2 days. 2 full days of not breaking these highs. So the chart looks good for a buy. It's probably all buy on the technicals. Strong buys here on all the technicals. But we haven't broken the previous highs. So we don't have 100% confirmation that this would drive through the zone. We just have kind of a stipulation and a inkling of what may happen. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this light back here white. Make it a little brighter in here. See if that works. Nope, that's not going to do anything. We're going to keep it green because we're going to make some money tonight. All right, so far USD JPY, GBP NZD, and then GJ are the charts we're looking at. Based off this trend too, this is a certified uptrend in my opinion. we haven't had higher, lower lows. So when we look at the lows here, here's a low, here's a low, and here's a low. Those are all higher than each other. Here's a high, here's a high, here's a high. It consolidated right here for a little bit and came back down. But if we were to draw trend lines on this, which we already have one up, your other trend line, I don't really like that. No. We're not, forget I even said that. We're just going to keep that line there and see if it stays on this. Because every time it's dipped almost all the way down into our EMA ribbon, it's come back up off this trend. If that makes sense. It's interesting, to say the least. We're not sure on this one. I'm going to mark that as yellow. All right, USD CHF drove through a zone. It's got 9 pips till a possible reversal. Nothing to look at there. Absolutely nothing to look at on Euro CHF. We did get a break in the zone on NZD USD, so we drew those out last stream. Ooh, I like sells here. I love sells on NZD USD. I like sells a lot for probably 20 to 30 pips. Sells on NZD USD for 20 to 30 pips look really solid. Fair value gaps to act as resistance. Broke through our zone. Confirmed downtrend. We have 3 confirmations on this trade here. NZD USD. NZD USD. Yeah, I like that trade. Not much volume in it yet. Euro GBP. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this chart. We're going to mark this chart up. We're going to mark this chart up from 0, nothing on the chart, to marking it up completely how I mark it up. Here, I'll even delete these, just so we can get everybody to see here how I mark my charts. So we're going to first of all go on the 4-hour time frame. We always start on the 4-hour time frame. Always start on the 4. So we'll start on the 4 and we'll mark our low. Yep, it did. You are correct. Yeah, so here's our low on Euro GBP, guys. Euro GBP, we're going to mark this chart up together. Let me delete these. All right, our next zone is we're going to find our high on the 4. There's our high that's even remotely relevant. But then we're also going to draw some micro zones here. So you've got one here, and you've got one here. So we've gotten our zones here. We had a very strong break after this support. So we respected the heck out of this support right here. Very much respected that support. This could be a buy. Euro GBP could be a buy. Up for possibly 21 pips. Yeah, I like this chart. Let's take a look at the hour. Ooh, the hour looks real solid. So here's what we had on the hour. We had full candle closures that were above the EMA ribbon with a fair value gap formed. I'll say that again here. So the EMA ribbon, full candle closures above the EMA ribbon, which is solid. We had it wick off the EMA ribbon and off the FVG right there. So this FVG is acting as a support, and the ribbon is also acting as a support. And we had this support here. So you could even put a zone right here, to be quite honest with you. And we've got some room here. Ideally, we'd want to see it break the highs, right? So we'd want to see it break these highs before we got into something. But looking at this chart right here, we're marking up our highs and our lows. It's not a bad looking chart. It's not a bad looking chart at all. Huh. I like Euro GBP, guys. I do. I like Euro GBP a lot. Oops, sorry. Almost dropped my ring light. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, give me a second here, guys. Alright, I fixed it. Okay, so again, I like this chart a lot. I'd like to see a pretty strong bullish candle close, but we'll see. We'll take a look. CAD JPY, just not a fan at all. It's ironic that none of the JPY pairs are looking good. GBP USD took an absolute fall off today. Wow. GBP USD extremely volatile. That's a lot of pips for one session. We can delete these because this is what we had when it was ranging. Nothing to really look at there. NZD JPY, nothing to really look at. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, NZD CAD, guys. NZD CAD at a strong support. Looking at sells on this one. Let's take a look at the 4. Big long wicks forming. Hasn't broken that for how many days? 27 days. It's been 27 days since 26 and a half days since this chart has been near this zone. Pretty much double tops or reverses every time. All right, we've got enough charts, I think, here, so we're gonna pull our symbols up and look at what we got here. So sells on NZD USD. Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in here on the 15-minute on some of these. I really like these sells on NZD USD. NZD CAD, I also like sells, which is good because NZD, two pairs that we like sells on, that's good. The primary pair is a sell. Lines up on 2 charts. That's always very solid. GBP NZD with a 15-minute candle closure creating a fair value gap. Take a look at the hour real quick. It's a solid looking chart. I like this chart. Break of the highs would be right here. USD JPY. So here's the issue with USD JPY. We're running into a 15-minute inverse fair value gap at a resistance that is being respected. So we could range back down. This isn't really valid anymore because we broke it way down here. That's more like it. Interesting chart here. I don't love it. I do like buys on this chart, but not for 2 pips. On Euro GBP, we have a really solid looking chart. It consolidated for a little bit here, bounced off our EMA ribbon and created a fair value gap. Again, but we don't have a break of the highs. So without this break of the highs right here, I wouldn't really want to get in it. Even if you were to scalp it, you'd be scalping for 2 pips. So, not ideal. Not ideal at all. NZD JPY, we were looking at this for a sell. All the NZD pairs are selling, guys. That is a really good sign that we're probably going to end up looking at an NZD chart tonight. And GJ is rebounding off of this trend line that we had. So we've got a couple good-looking charts here. Not sure why that turned off. There we go. We've got a couple good-looking charts here, guys. I'd like to enter on the 15. I think we're going to end up selling NZD USD. Oh, yeah, the 4 hours is going to go too. I like sells on NZD USD, guys, a lot. We're going to wait another 7 minutes until we get a new 30-minute candle. If we get a 30-minute candle that I like, I'm sorry, a 15-minute candle that we like here, we're going to hit it for some sells. For ideally, let's see, we got a little bit of a zone right here. Yeah, you're right, Adele. All NZD pairs are looking like sells. We could go for 10 to 15 pips. That's really where your next zone is. So I do like NZD USD as a sell. There's not much volume. That's the only thing that I don't like about this trade, is that there's not much volume. So other than the volume, we have everything that we are looking for. NZD USD. Make sure I got it pulled up on my broker. Make sure it looks the same. Boy, NZD USD looks really good for a sell. Same with NZD CAD. CAD doesn't have the ribbon flip though. And the opposite goes for this one. So GBP NZD. NZD is now the secondary pair, not the primary pair. It looks like a buy. If we could break the highs here, we could go for... Wow, that's a lot of pips, actually. And we have more volume on GBP NZD. Just confirm on the hour. We're going to run into some fair value gap and ribbon issues here. But on the 15, if we wanted to get in a trade and get a couple pips here, assuming it meets all our criteria, after this 15-minute candle closure, it's something that we could certainly look at. If you guys are just joining, I appreciate you joining the stream very much. Make sure you guys like it and subscribe. I do this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every night, and 1 day a week. I do the New York session. Mostly Asian, though. Oh, sorry. All right, let's see. So, yeah, I don't like the USD JPY chart. I don't like the Euro GBP chart. Wow, the NZD JPY chart's going to sell off as well. For possibly 10, if not 20 pips. When was the last time? Let's look at the timing here. Last time it was down here, we're looking at 2 days and 10 hours. I think we're going to sell one of these guys. We got 4 minutes until we got a new candle. We'll know in 4 minutes what we're going to do here. Hopefully we get some retracement. A break of the lows would be nice with a little bit of retracement to get in. We just want to be careful we don't get caught up in a consolidation. Oh, wow. I like this trade, guys. NZD JPY for a sell here. We're going to wait 3 more minutes. Yep, it broke the lows. We're going to wait 3 more minutes. In 3 minutes, we'll decide if we're going to get in this trade or not. But I like NZD JPY sells break of the lows. I do like this trade. So we're going to hold on to this for a second and wait the next 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds out and see what happens here. Because ideally we get a little bit of retracement on the new candle. Ideally, we get a retracement on this 15-minute candle in 1 minute and 40 seconds. But we've got really good support here. We've got really good, resistance right here. We had a break of structure as well. We've got every single one of our confirmations that align with our trading rules for ourselves here. Since the break of the lows, it's got 2.5 pips. So on the technicals, 4 hour and down is all sells. We got 1 minute. We marked our TPs for if we are going to get in it. We're not in it yet. Just as a heads up, we're not in it yet, but we got 2 seconds until a new candle. All right, here's our new candle. Fair value gap created. We want to see a little bit of retracement here. That's a lot of retracement. That's ideally where we want to get in, is right there. Cool. This is why we wait, guys. This is why we wait. We just blew through that fair value gap. We just absolutely blew through that fair value gap. We're not in this trade. I want to make something very clear. We're not in this trade. Yet. You move it up to here. Man, that was a massive buy up. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you, buddy. And that is why you wait, folks. That is why you wait. Who would have got liquidated on that if we took that trade right away? Raise your hand. If you would have got liquidated, if we took that trade before we waited for the 15-minute candle at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, who would have got liquidated? Everybody. Everybody. Done. Our stop loss is right there. Everybody would have been liquidated right there. You're 7 pips away from your stop loss now. We didn't get in this trade for a reason. We waited. We thought we were going to get what we wanted. We didn't. Look at that buy up. Wow. This is why we trade the system we trade. Everyone would have been liquidated on that trade. From where it was where we wanted to enter just now, it is back up 6 pips the other way. And if you go to the hour candle flipped green, and the 4-hour candle is also green. I still think it's going to flip red later, but that's a wild candle. All right, let's go look at some of our other trades. All of the NZD pairs retracing. Now, NZD USD didn't go up as high and is still respecting the lows here. We're still respecting these lows on NZD USD. So if you're looking at NZD USD on the 15, well, we kind of just broke it. Kind of just broke it, to be honest. Absolutely wild. And I'm telling you, this is why I have the 3 confirmations that I need when I trade. Because every NZD candle just shot up like a rocket. And that's why we didn't get in it right away. We waited for the 15-minute candle. GBP NZD did the same thing too. Sold off the other way. They all just flipped bullish. That's absolutely wild. Not really though. That's how it works. That's why we have these systems in place to wait. To wait till we get our confirmation. It's extremely important. If you don't have a full candle closure with an EMA ribbon flip, a reversal at a support or resistance, a full candle closure above or below a fair value gap, and a confirmed uptrend or downtrend, you don't take the trade. That's it. Period. It's that simple. It's that simple. Wild. The only one that looks good after this is GJ as a buy on the 15, but nothing looks good on the 15. We're going to go to volume here. AUD JPY has volume. Chart is trash, though. Chart's trash on the hour, or the 15-minute. GJ, again, only thing that looks good is this uptrend that we have going for us. And we'll hop to the hour to look at it. The uptrend looks good. Your next fair value gap 16 pips away. We could try and scalp a GJ. I wouldn't even consider it a scalp because we're on the 17 or the 1 hour. GBP AUD looking like a buy. Need to break the highs. Actually, the highs on this one would be right here. Because we could still get out of this 12 to 18 pips with a break above there. Euro AUD looks like we might get a nice flip. No confirmation yet, though. And then USD JPY really, really wants to break these highs. It's been trying to break them for... You know what? Let's move this. It's been trying to break them since that candle right there. So let's get our measuring tool out. From that candle to where we are right now is 2 days and 10 hours. That's 2 full days and 10 hours of not breaking that zone where it's just ranging up and down, just ranging. Granted, you could catch these moves. You could catch these moves if you want. That's a gamble to me. That's not a trade. That's a gamble in my opinion. That's not a trade. We have zero confirmation fully. CHF, JPY. All these JPY pairs are kind of rebounding. Got a really nice looking chart here, other than these fair value gaps. But we put our zone here where we have to break. Could flip. Could flip. And this is volume, guys. So this is the charts with the most volume right now. Euro JPY open was over here. It cleared the low side. It's now rejecting the support and moving up. But it's still not a trade that we would get in. It still is not a trade that we would get in. We have everything marked out, though. The important thing is, if everyone understands this, I want everyone to understand how we marked our charts out today to know when we're going to get in a trade. We have no breakouts right now. We have no indication of a breakout yet, and we have a new hour coming in 22 minutes, right? So because we have no indication of a breakout yet, we're not in a trade. Even on the 15-minute, though, and I know on the 15-minute we had some charts that looked nice. They don't anymore. Those charts don't look nice anymore. I don't like the way they look at all. Not yet, at least. Abdullah, what's going on? Abdullah Jubril. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. I will say you do have a confirmed downtrend here. That's about the only thing that we have that's like, this is a confirmed downtrend. And I know I got a lot of lines on here, but that's because I was showing you guys what we would do if we were to take sells. I'll delete our TPs since we're not taking sells. But we broke the lows here on the 15, but it stayed within that. It really did. It stayed within the downtrend. It might be the next 15-minute candle we get that drops back down again. This one looks better. 10 pips. We could sell this off for 10 pips right here. Keep in mind our lows were right here. Realistically, this is the low we marked out, but we did wick down here. We broke it here. We're retesting the lows. We could take a sell on NZD USD. We're going to get a new 15-minute candle in 5 minutes. If we want to drop down to the 5-minute, that's a diabolical candle. Little break and resistance, break and retest. Down to here. On the 5. Possible. Possible. There's a lot of really good looking charts here, and there's a lot of really bad looking charts. What I will say is all the NZD pairs did look like they were selling. All the NZD pairs looked like they were selling. And now all of a sudden they're jumping green. We're going to see what happens in 4 minutes here. USD JPY coming to test the highs again. GBP NZD, again, I love the full candle closure, guys. The full candle closure above the fair value gap and above the ribbon flip, which we had right here. Both confirmations, so that's 2. Third is we're at a strong support here. Fourth, we're on an uptrend, baby. We've got 3 to 4 confirmations on the GBP NZD trade as well. I just don't like that wick down, that new red candle on the 15. These are not day prior highs, no. These are session prior highs. Because if you go back, no, yeah, so 7 o'clock would be... No, this is not day prior highs. I mean, if you looked at it on the 1 hour... That's day highs right there. So day highs are here and here. We're seeing it break this right here, which is good. We're seeing it break this area. It wicked down, but your day starts right here. Your day starts right here. It is bullish. But when we're on the 15-minute chart, what we're looking at here is just the highs within the last zone that we're looking at. So, like, we have 2 zones here. We have our support, and we have our resistance that we drew up here, right? From the hour and the 4-hour time frame. Our next target would be breaking these highs like we did. And then our next target high would be there and there. So if you were to take a buy, you can go for almost 15 pips that way, 51 pips on the high side, which is a great trade. All we're doing is marking out previous highs. It's not necessarily the day because we're on the 15-minute time frame. It is highs that were hit today, though. But it was higher earlier today. These are zones that we've hit that it's likely to return to based off of the rejection of the support zone. So based on the rejection of the support is why we're looking at buys. NZD USD driving down, going into with 1 minute left. NZD CAD, huge wick down. Good, I'm glad. I think our best chart right now is going to be the NZD USD chart. How many pips is that? 7 pips. I'm looking at these charts to decide if we want to take one. Just look at what the hour looks like. Is the hour going to go there? That's the question. Is the hour going to go there? Because now when you're looking at it, we're not only looking at a 15-minute here. We're now looking at, we have 15 minutes left in an hour candle. Are we going to wait for some retracement on the new hour? Or do we want to risk seeing if it's going to fill the zone with 15 minutes left in the hour? I don't like the risk. I think we wait for the new hour candle, guys. It fits our strategy more. I think it fits our strategy more. Waiting for the hour candle. Personally. Yeah, definitely just... There's no movement now. AUD-JPY on the hour chart looks like a really nice sell. But it's been tracking with real small candles on its downtrend. Real small candles. Yeah, I mean, so Miguel, if you're going to mark zones going as far back as months and weeks, you have to plan to hold for months and weeks. Because those zones are not where it's moved within the time frame that you're trading. You want to mark out zones that have moved and been to places in the time frames that you've been trading. So if we're on the 15-minute time frame, we're going to mark out the 15-minute highs and the 15-minute lows and try and catch it moves in between those zones. If you're marking out on the months and the weeks, you're going to be holding for a long time, brother, because those candles form over time. We're trying to catch pips in between that. But it's not that that's a bad way to trade. I just don't trade like that. Yeah, otherwise you're going to be sitting in a trade for 3 weeks. You want to mark out the session highs and lows on the 15-minute time frame, and the session highs and lows on the hour time frame, and the session highs and lows on the 4-hour time frame. Let me get rid of this downtrend. It's messing with my eyes. I like that candle, though. And the 1 hour looks really nice. The 1 hour looks good, guys. It really does. And the 4... Yeah, this thing's going to sell. This is our #1 chart. Unless the GBP NZD chart looks better. I don't like those fair value gaps. The Euro GBP chart looks good too. Again, we need to see break of the highs. It does look very solid though. And GJ is still sitting right on that trend line. GJ is still sitting on that trend line, guys. So the NZD USD trade and the NZD JPY trade are the most solid looking trades. And at least NZD JPY has given us a little bit of a wick. I like buys on USD JPY. I think it's going to go. But like we talked about, Adele, it hasn't broken these highs in 2 days and 10 hours. It's been 2 days of straight resistance right at this yellow line right here. All resistance at that yellow line. So, like, it's tough for me to say I want to get into a buy. Hey, guys, we're at 451 subscribers. Appreciate you guys. That means a lot. Thank you, guys. I need to see USD JPY break these highs for me to get in this trade. But the 4 hour looks great. I mean, they all look great. The 4 hour looks really good. they all look good until you break them down and go over your confirmations. And it's like, does it look that good? Not really. Not really, you know? We're going to see what happens here, though. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell, really, man. It's rejecting. It's rejecting the zone. Again. For the 10th time. I mean, realistically, we had it. This is where it was last at. Rejection, 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 rejection. It's a lot of rejections to say you want to take a buy, you know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. NZD USD looks like sells. And so does NZD JPY. But the reason I would rather take JPY is because we are in the Asian market right now. And there's more room. You got 20 pips on this one. You got 10. Possibly 30 to your bottom zone. Market open was right there. I don't like that trade as much at all. I like NZD JPY better. Oh, even Euro GBP's retracing back. Again, we'll go to volume and look, but like... Boy. That, going into the last 5 minutes of this candle, we just absolutely... It's just wild. It's just wild. I don't see the 4 hour getting bought back up. We're gonna test this fair value gap minimally, if not down here. Yeah, it's not giving any good confirmations, to be honest with you. It's not giving any good confirmations at all.
Right now, my apartment really doesn't...
It's just not really giving any good confirmations whatsoever. Not yet. I was sick of that upbeat music. I want to go to something more chill. I will say this right now. If we wanted to get into a trade, we could sell NZD JPY right now, but it is a gamble. It is not a trade. And for that reason, I will not get in it. But if we get a nice candle closure on the hour here, man. Yeah, NZD USD does look better. Again, you got to remember market opens right here. The Whiz Kid, we don't have an entry. We're not in a trade. Oh, what's my entry time frame though? 1 hour right now, either the 1 hour or the 15. We didn't like the 15. We're waiting for the new hour candle. We're waiting for the new hour candle to see what happens here. It's a good question though, Wiz Kid. Thanks for asking. The other thing is, too, you have a little bit more volume on NZD-JPY. Not by much. 500-600. We're going to see what happens here in a minute and 23 seconds. Thanks for joining, WizKid. Hope you're having a good day. If we keep that FVG taken out, we'll look to take sells for 20 pips. Yeah, the 4 is going to go too, I think. We can close below these lows. I think we'll end up taking sells on the 1 hour time frame on NZD-JPY. That's what I think we'll end up doing, is sells on NZD-JPY. But we got to watch the market, make sure we get our confirmations, all 3 of them. By the way, this stream, this vertical stream has gotten the most views I've ever gotten, 306 so far. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you guys. We got 5 seconds. Don't let the candle fool you. I think we're going to take sells here, guys. I'm going to give it a couple minutes to go into the hour here. How'd that 15-minute close? Oh, boy. It's really, like, right there. What are we trading today? We're looking at NZD-JPY, NZD-USD. We're looking at a couple charts right now, my man. We're looking at a couple chains. Let's see, we got our new hour candle, so we got it, but it's just sitting there. And it's going green. It's going green, so our new hour candle flipped green on us for just the first minute. So again, this is not a big deal because typically we wait to see if it goes halfway up the candle and then rejects back down. What days do I trade live? I trade live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I trade Sunday through Thursday. I do not trade Fridays. I do not trade Fridays. Hey Adele, if you don't mind, at time 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then one day a week I'll stream the New York session. At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, pretty much Sunday through Thursday. Hey Adele, can you drop something saying the times I stream and the link for the Discord? If you wouldn't mind. It's free, guys. Look at that. New hour candle. VPNZD. Euro GBP. Disgusting price movement right there. Just absolute garbage right there. So, the buys for GJ could be valid, but we got such an awful candle movement right off that 8 hour on the 1 hour candle for our NZD pairs. For all of our NZD sells, the only one that's respecting the line that we drew here, this zone, (7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday through Thursday). Oops, 7 p.m. Sorry about that, guys. It's wild that we you know, and this is why I really preach the sticking to your plan here. Like, we wanted to get in this trade 2 separate times now, and on the 15-minute and on the hour, it just completely took our plan out of play, which is fine because we didn't get in the trade. But this is what you need to be a disciplined trader. This is why we're not in a trade yet. We're not in a trade because we're not seeing what we like. You can't just be hopping in trades just because you want to get in a trade. You can't be doing that. You will not be profitable. But like I said, guys, we had our break. So like, we broke the lows here. We did this on the other trade too. The NZD-JPY, we broke the lows right here. But we have come right back up on the new hour candle. And to me, that's not good. Granted, this could wick down, which would be great. I'd love to see a wick down. But until we see that wick down, confirmed downtrend, candle closure below the fair value gap, and a full candle closure below the zone, we're not going to get into a trade. Thank you for posting that, Adele. Yo, shout out to my moderator, guys. He's the best. Give a big round of applause for Adele Unfiltered. Guy's amazing. If you guys need anything done for your streams or for anything, he's awesome. Discords, digital agency stuff, he's the best. So we're getting what I like to call jack shit for price action right now. We're just getting awful price action. You know what's wild, Adele? That guy that I was asking about the the times that we trade, it came up on my Streamlabs feed, but not on any of the other feeds, horizontal or the vertical. That's weird. But it came up on my Streamlabs with a little YouTube icon next to it. It only came up on my Streamlabs. Probably private, that's why. Who knows? Alright, we're getting retracement now. We're getting some retracement, which is good. But look at this consolidation on the 15, guys. Hopefully you can identify that on your charts. This consolidation on the 15 is... Man, it's just weird price action today. Because I want to take this sell. I really do. I think this is a good trade. I think this is probably a break and retest right here. I think this is probably a break and retest. And it should go for the... What, the 20 pips it was? It should go for the 11, 12 pips, but just not enough confirmation to take the trade, guys. Not enough confirmation. Same with this one. This one completely just reversed. It's wild. Just weird, guys. What's today? The 7th? Yeah, it's the 8th in Bangladesh. Alright, so let's look at USD JPY. GBP NZD absolutely ripped down. Ripped down. We were looking at buys. We had our zones marked out, and it just absolutely ripped down. Granted, we're only 10 minutes into a candle, guys. So you have to realize we do get retracement, and you do have wicks created. So all of these charts could be just creating a wick and then going the other way, which is very probable. On some of them, not so much on NZD JPY though. Yeah, I mean, just wild. Wild, wild, wild price action. Yeah, just weird, guys. Of course they are. They're definitely going to pay off, Adele. Man, as long as you keep grinding and working on a strategy, you'll become profitable. I believe that everybody here can. All you got to do is perfect your strategy. Test it over and over again. And, you know, I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but use your own money. Don't paper trade. Don't paper trade. You can't replicate the emotions of getting in a trade with your real money. And if you don't have the money to trade, by all means, paper trade. Go ahead. Paper trade all you want. But if you got some extra cash you can spare, funded? No. Funded accounts, no. They're too stringent. They don't work with the way I trade. And I trade very simply. Support and resistance, break a structure, EMA ribbons, and fair value gaps. I use 4 confirmations, and you can't hold the drawdown in case you do get any drawdown. They make you take a certain amount of trades, and when they give you, let's say you get a $100,000 funded prop account, you're actually only trading with 5,000 because you can only hold 5,000 drawdown on most of your funded accounts. Trust me, I've done my research on this. Trade your own money. But nice to meet you, Rodeo299. Thanks for joining. And good question. We talk about this almost every stream. Yeah, I'll repeat the 4 confirmations. Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate you joining the stream. All right, so we need a strong support or resistance that's confirmed or reversed on, right? So if this is our support, we need this confirmed that it is rejecting the support or rejecting a resistance, right? So that's one. Our second would be confirming a trend, right? So we're going to confirm whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend. Our third is going to be a full candle closure above or below that zone that we just talked about. So whether it's a support or resistance or a zone that we've marked out on the 15-minute chart or a zone that we've marked out on the hour chart, a full candle closure above or below that zone. And then either a ribbon flip candle closure or a fair value gap candle closure. Ideally, both of those. So like we have fair value gaps here, right? I'm going to give you an example because none of these charts look that good. So yesterday, Miguel, we drew these. I'm going to get rid of this one right here. Yesterday, we drew these zones out, right? Right here was the only time, this candle right here, was the only time that we got a full candle closure below an FVG, below the ribbon, and below our zone. There's 3 confirmations, and we can confirm it's a downtrend because it had lower highs and lower lows. And if we would have taken this trade, we could have gone down and taken 12 pips of profit. We'd still be in 7 pips of profit right now. But we didn't have that confirmation at the time. Best broker for trading? Best broker for trading, my man, is going to be right here. Liquid Brokers. I don't care who you use, but this is who I use. Doesn't matter to me who you use. All right, we got a new 15-minute candle, guys. Let's take a look. Oof. Just not what we wanted to see on that. Definitely not on that. NZD CAD going the other way. Yep, Liquid Brokers is who I use. That's the best broker in my opinion. Man, just none of these charts. Yeah, none of them. Just none of them are looking. Did you get those confirmations, by the way, Miguel? Were you able to get those? What we were talking about with the break and resistance, though, break and retest. So essentially, here's how I'll explain it to you. So 1 to 500 leverage allows you $1 controls $500, right? So if you have $100, you can open a trade worth $50,000 in terms of the leverage that they allow you to trade with. So like when I open a one lot trade on a $5,000 account, I'm opening a much larger trade than just one lot on a $5,000 account. I'm actually opening 500 times that. Now, each pip, so for easier context, let's just say one lot on a $1,000 account, each pip is going to be $10. Each single pip is going to be $10, right? So it's allowing you to leverage your money with their brokerage to trade at a higher a higher amount of money, essentially. The inverse side of that conversation, though, is that you can get wiped out quicker. Now, you can't lose more than what's in your account. So let's make that clear. So when you get liquidated, when people use the term you get liquidated, what that means is that you took a trade and it went the other way and wiped out your whole account. We want to avoid that. We want to have good risk management. We want to avoid that. But essentially, when you're in profit, you're getting 500 times more profit than you would be if you were just trading regularly at 1 to 50 with United States brokers, because they're only doing $1 to $50, whereas I'm trading at 1 to 500, and one of my accounts is actually 1 to 1,000. But again, you can only lose what's in your account. So I don't like when people say, oh, yeah, but you can lose much more. Yes, you can certainly lose more if you don't manage your risk properly. So, like, if you have let's just say you're starting with $300, right? So you're starting with $300. I would never, ever use more than 0.5 of a lot. If you're starting with 5K, yeah, use a lot. You're fine. One lot, 1.0. Can even go 2.0, to be honest with you. And you'd be risking a normal amount. You'd be completely fine with that. This is what I recommend. Find a good broker. I personally love liquid brokers. I've had no issues with them. You can deposit very easily. So find a good broker. Deposit whatever you physically feel like. Yeah, the value per pip is more with the higher of leverage. That's a great way to put it. Yes. Yes. Instead of your pips being $2 or $3 or $4, your pips are now $10 or $20 or $30. And I just use a pip calculator. I mean, they're everywhere. Just Google pip calculator. You type in your account balance, you type in your leverage that you're at, and it'll tell you how much each pip is worth. I don't just have it handy. I just Google it when I need to, but I don't need to because I've been doing this for so long that I know what I'm risking. My broker also tells you at the bottom what percentage you're risking once you get in the trade. And I know what percentage I like to stay within. So there's no need to really use one. But in the beginning, yeah, use a pip calculator. It's easy. That's what they make them for. Good questions tonight, guys. Liquid brokers, I've been with them for... Well, they weren't liquid brokers. They bought out another broker and became liquid brokers. And I totally cannot remember the name of the broker. Here, I could probably search my email. I could probably search my email and find it. Let's see here. If I, let's see, they were, I don't know if I can find what the company was. Some company bought them out like 2 years ago. But I've been with that broker that was bought. Sway Markets. That's what it was. Sway. Yes. Thank you. Good call. Yes. Sway Markets. I was with them for at least 5 years. So between it being liquid brokers and Sway Markets, at least 5 years. I think they're the best. The other one is Henko Trade. I like Henko Trade. Henko Trade's pretty good. They have pretty good spreads. I don't like their desktop version as much. The best desktop version, desktop trader, where you actually execute your trades, is Liquid Brokers by far. It's bar none. It's not even close. It's not even close. One of them looks like the old school MetaTrader 4, and the other one looks like Google recently made it like this year. It's not even close. And the reports that it gives you, it'll show you your margin use, your open percent profit, and then you can create your own reports. So like when you go to account history, or when you go to your report tab, you can just create reports. Be like, all right, what did I do on Euro JPY from the month of January to the month of December? And then you can pull just any stat you want. They've got the best reporting. And to me, I run trading like a business. I need good reporting. I need to know exactly what I'm doing, so that I can tweak my the way I trade and my plan if I need to, and B, also just know where I'm winning and losing. Because like if for instance I pulled my Euro JPY stats and every trade I've taken on Euro JPY is a loss, I'm not going to trade on Euro JPY anymore. You know what I mean? It just means my system doesn't work with that pair. Nice. Appreciate you joining, man. Welcome to the community. Nanage Premium. Have I lost a trade this year? Yeah, I've lost a trade this year. Actually, yeah, no, we have. We mitigated risk 2 days ago. I wouldn't count it as, yeah, it was a loss. It was a loss. Yeah, it was a very small loss. Yeah, Miguel, Liquid Brokers does the same, so whichever you want, it doesn't matter. As long as you can do partial closes, you're solid. Partial closes are so key because on a lot of our trades, as you've seen in our in the Discord, I say move your stop losses to break even for a risk-free trade, so we don't have to worry about taking a loss. We'll close 50%, we'll close 25%, we'll close 75%, and leave one runner and move the stop loss to break even. So it's a risk-free trade and we guarantee profits. Yep, minimizing risk, exactly. You got it. This guy's a quick learner. And guys, if you want, my Discord's free, guys. There's a free version of the Discord. Yeah, the platform's great. The platform is fantastic. I love the platform of Liquid Brokers. Like the desktop PC platform of it. And on your phone, too. Like on your phone. It's awesome. I'm still watching these charts while I'm talking, guys. They're just not doing anything that I'm liking. Alright, AUD-JPY is going to break the highs. We just broke a high there. We're going to get a new 15-minute candle here, guys, on AUD-JPY. There's a small fair value gap that we would ideally want to blow through. Oh, we just did. Amanda Lisa, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we could look at buys on AUD-JPY on the 15-minute here, guys. It's got 22,000 in volume. We've got a full candle closure. It looks like we're going to get a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon, and we're at a strong support. So that's 3 right there. Full candle closure above the EMA ribbon, strong support, confirmed uptrend. And the technicals also are on a buy. Oh, it did. Oh, it did. Good call there. At this point, oh man, yep. Yup. It did. It did. So AUD-JPY and USD-JPY. USD-JPY's got the sky too. You got 15 there. On AUD-JPY, you got about 15 also. Till the next zone. We're going to give it a minute here. But either AUD-JPY or USD-JPY, both are solid. We have an inverse fair value gap to worry about right here, though. Right there. If you're watching on the smaller time frame, or on the vertical stream, my bad. So it broke it. However, I personally like AUD-JPY better because it's been there before. Like we talked about, Miguel, we marked out on the 15. Like, it's been here before. It's been here not long ago. All the way this high was less than a day ago, 19 hours ago. Whereas USD-JPY, it literally has not been there since, you know, almost 2.5, 3 days ago. You also have to remember, and I know this is, it's annoying, but we're also going into a new 4-hour candle. I think AUD-JPY or USD-JPY is also a solid buy. On the 4, it looks good too. You got a nice W pattern here. They both look good. We broke the zone finally on USD JPY. But AUD JPY has been there recently. Does that make sense, guys? I'm a beginner. I like to learn how to use my laptop to trade. Most of the time I always mess up my chart. Okay. Well, Charles FX55. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanks, man. AUD JPY is solid. And I'll tell you why, guys. You know what? USD JPY is too. We broke the highs. They both look really good. That's not really a valid zone there on the 4. On the lower time frames it is. On the lower time frame it is, but and it's actually really here. When you mark up your charts, you essentially want to find the high and the low on the 4 hour, the high and the low on the hour, and then the high and the low on the 15, and figure out where you've broken a zone and take it there based off 3 or 4 confirmations. And you got to find what your confirmations are. We've been kind of over what my confirmations are, and we'll go over it again if we get into one of these trades. Oh, NZD USD. NZD USD broke below the zone and is selling off. The room to grow on AUD JPY is 12 to about 47 pips. The room to grow on USD JPY is 20 to 47 pips. I think we might go with USD JPY. If we get this full hour closure above, guys, I'm deleting that. If we get this full hour closure above, oh shit, we could honestly take it now. It's just deciding on if you want to take it going into the last 25 minutes of a 4-hour candle. You know what I mean? The last 25 minutes of a 4-hour candle can be... You're short on NZD USD? That's a good trade. We had that marked out. It just broke below our zone. I think that it would go to the max, though, for another 8 pips, maybe 11 pips. If it were to go all the way down here, it'd have to blow through this fair value gap right here. This fair value gap would have to disappear for us to see this low. I think USD JPY is a go also. I want to... Yeah, it looks really good. It meets all of our requirements. Other than the fact that we have 4 minutes until a new 4-hour candle. That's the only thing about this chart that I would almost hold off on. Especially if there's no wick. AUD JPY, your math is messed up. $100 takes me out of range. What does that mean? $100 swing the wrong way takes you out. I will say the good thing about AUD JPY is you got a solid fair value gap that's been respected for a long time. That fair value gap's been intact for 1 day and 16 hours. So it's been intact for a really long time. So that fair value gap is a really, really valid support that matches our right there. NZD USD. Yeah, the fair value gap scares me on that one. Because I could see it range back up if it doesn't blow through the bottom right here. It does look really good on the hour, though. But you only got 22 minutes left. 22 minutes for 6 pips. I'd rather wait on the hour to see where we're going. It's wild that NZD JPY and NZD USD are doing the opposite things. I got you. So you're trading at 1-to-1, which is fine. Like I said, I don't really trade RR. I don't really give a shit about RR personally, but if that's... Yeah, USD JPY is pushing. We just want to make sure that it's not a sweep. That it truly is going to break this zone. I'm watching it. I got it up right here. We could take it on the 15-minute. It meets every single one of our confirmations. It meets 4 confirmations, including the technicals. Strong. So you've got technicals. You've got a reversal at a strong support. You've got a full candle closure at an EMA ribbon, and you've got a full candle closure above forming a fair value gap. You've got 4 confirmations that this is a buy. It's a very plausible buy. I'm personally just not getting in it yet. Because I truly believe it should keep going on the 4-hour, but I think we're gonna get some sort of retracement, which could give us a better entry point. And I wouldn't say this if we were going into a regular hour, but we're not going into a regular hour. We're going into a new 4-hour candle as well. Oh, it took me like 5 years, man. 5-6 years. It was weird. So like I said, I've been trading for 15 years. Like after 5 years of seriously testing different strategies, I found one that worked. And then I started to get a little greedy. And then for a year or 2, I was unprofitable. And then all the years after that, I was. So, you know, greed is the devil. I agree with you there, man. And that's why I'm not getting in this trade yet, to be 100% honest with you, is I gotta see, there's gonna be retracement at some point. Hopefully the next 4 minutes. Oh yeah, 100%. You're like, I got this trade. Full port. Hold count. Yeah, no, that's bad news. And again, so if we look at that NZD USD trade, that 15-minute candle that we were looking at, right? After right here, we said we were thinking about buying. It ripped up. We'd be in profit if we would have took it. 2.6 pips. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. I'd rather wait to see it fill a real zone. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with getting 6 to 7 pips. More often than not, I'm out within 10 to 15. That's my goal, is like 10 to 15 pips. Because those are the moves that I see as the highest probability moves. I don't see 50 pip moves that often where I'm like, yes, that's it. And it goes 50. A lot of times you got to stay in the trade for a lot longer. That's high time frame trading, 50, 60 pips, you know what I mean? Some people don't like that. I personally want to be in front of my computer when I open and close it. Or at least have it up on my phone with alerts. What do we got? 2 minutes until we get a new 15-minute candle. 1 minute and 30 seconds. I want to make it clear though, if you were to get in buys in that previous hour candle with the full, because we had an uptrend, we had a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon, and we had a fair value gap. We could have gotten in that, but it didn't meet the standard of breaking the previous highs right here. So that's why I'm waiting. I don't want to see this happen, where it comes, wicks up, and then you get a red candle right back down. I don't want to see that. We want to see a little bit of a retracement, but not a retracement that retraces the entire candle. You know what I mean? Like we're going to move our zone there. I think it's a 30 pipper. All right, let's look at the 15. Man, that's a monster. We're watching it. We could enter on this 15, guys. Yes, it did. And we already know what the hour looks like here, but it's approaching an FVG on the hour. I think this next 15 minutes is going to be all retracement because of the 4-hour candle. I could be wrong. But if we retain this area, we'll take buys. Just really think that the move, though, is AUDJPY. I don't know. We'll decide. We will decide here. I think we're probably going to wait the 13 minutes out. Ideally, so like here, we'll mark it out. Miguel, let's mark it out together here. So your next zone, your next area of resistance, other than that FVG right there, I mean, you've got one there. You've got one here. You want to look at your areas of previous resistance. And then you got the top. So like, here, I'll make these green real quick. Because these would be take profit levels. So when you're drawing out your take profit levels, you want to look at the previous highs, previous consolidation points, previous fair value gaps. So like on this one, I'd be totally cool with 8 pips. And I'd close 50% positions and let the rest run. I just guaranteed myself 8 pips on a trade. Like, great. That's awesome. Your TP2 on this is 18 to 20 pips. 18 pips. If I can get an 18 pip move... Nice. Welcome to the Discord, Amanda. Best free community out there, guys. The paid portion is an option. You don't have to. You still get free trades. The paid portion just gets you one-on-one meetings with me and extra signals and discussion chats in Discord. But free one's awesome. We still send out news. Adele coded an awesome news indicator in there on the news tab, so you know when there's red folder news. A lot of really good resources in there, all for free. A lot of really good stuff. But this is a solid candle here. So even though it's a bearish candle on the 15, we're holding above the high, which is really good. But for 11 minutes, I'm not going to get in it until we get the new candle. Do those zones make sense to you guys? You got 8 pips, 18, 19 pips, 30 pips, and then your high would be 40 pips. And then we can do it on AUD-JPY too, because that's the other one that we like. So on AUD-JPY, you're going to be looking here. And realistically, you don't have anything until like here. And then your next zone's going to be the high. And then your following zone's going to be the way top, but we're not even going to really mark that one. So there's your zones there. And if we were to look at this, you're looking at... Yeah, agreed, 100%. You're looking at 7 pips for TP1, 19 to 20 pips for TP2, and 30 pips for TP3. So the upside's a little better on USD-JPY, and you don't have to worry about... You only have to worry about one fair value gap, whereas AUD-JPY, you've got one and then one massive one. But we've been consolidating for 14 hours, and you finally got your breakout. So I think either trade's going to be good. The only reason that I'd probably take AUD-JPY over USD-JPY is volume and what session we're in. Like we're in the Australian session right now, and we're in the Asian session. We're in both right now. So we're in both of these sessions right now, AUD-JPY and AUD-JPY. We're in the primary pair and the secondary pairs session right now. Yep. Again, like I said, the only thing that scares me on these is the fair value gaps, but I do think that this is a point that we will reach. I like the wick better on this one, though. I like that this has a wick. Shows that there's something to fill. We're going to see what happens here in 8 minutes. That was my that was my account over here. That was the big boy. All right, what do we got? 5-6 minutes left. I think we're ultimately going to end up taking this USD JPY trade. I just want to make sure it doesn't completely retrace back down on us. And we've already got our spots set up here. We've already got our take profit set, and our stop loss is going to be pretty much right there. I'm leaving the yellow zone that we broke because this is an important zone. It's a very important zone. But we'll see what happens on this new 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. Based on what we're seeing, though, I really do like that trade. Our NZDs just absolutely did the exact opposite. All of them. Whoever was in that NZD USD trade, I'd mitigate. Four still looks solid. The 4 still looks really solid to sell, but that fair value gap might mess with it. It might only go for another 5 and then retrace back up. But it is a massive double top. Huge double top right here. All the way down to there. We're getting bearish movement on the USD JPY chart, which is really good, guys. Bullish, sorry. Shit, I've been talking for 2 hours straight. Got my words mixed up. Let's see what happens. We got 3 minutes. No, I don't trade gold. Uses way too much of your account, especially not at 1 to 500 or 1 to 1,000. Alright, guys. Honestly, I've always wanted to be. I just started watching like people on YouTube when I was in high school, so this is a long time ago. But I just always found it fascinating being able to analyze charts, like to be able to have like a setup with multiple screens. Like my setup's sick right now. I'll show you guys in the Discord, but like having a sick setup and just being able to make money from sitting in a room that's dedicated to trading in your house seems like such an appealing thing to me. Not having to go to a job and being able to just... And I love the fact that you can trade it 23/7, 23/6. I mean, you can trade it 23 hours out of the day. You could really trade it 24 hours out of the day. My broker lets me, but I don't trade between the hours of 5 and 7 because that's when the market switchover is. But being able to trade that long and that many hours, it's not good to overtrade, but just having the availability, like the stock market, you can only trade from pre-market to... Yeah, I'd have to really look at NAS and see if it works with my strategy. I know that RM guy on TikTok and YouTube, it works for him, and he kind of does the same thing. Not typically, no. I like this session better. I've had more luck in, I shouldn't say luck, I've had more success in the Asian session that I have in any other session. And I don't know if maybe because my strategy works better in the Asian session or I'm just seeing it clearer. But you get, the Asian session gives you your post New York session. So you've already seen the New York moves. Here's our new candle, guys. It is. And there's always news. There's like news every other day in the New York session. Seriously, every other day there's red folder news, and it's like annoying. There's not as much major news in the Asian session. Holy sell-off. This is what we're waiting for, guys. I want to see if there's any major sell-off here. If the 4 goes, we don't want to see it take out this fair value gap. Yeah, it is. We're only 1 minute into the hour, but it is. Oh yeah, that's a good chart. That's a great chart. A little break and retest. It's a good chart on all of the time frames too. That's another confirmation. That could be your 5th confirmation right there. So we talked about 4. Your 5th can be that it looks good on all time frames. That's always a positive. I think I'm going to get in buys, though. It's holding that zone strong.
Granger knows that if you're a lineman in charge of keeping...
Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. I think we're going to trade it on the 1. Oops. We're watching it. So everybody that's in this stream right now, we are currently watching USD JPY and AUD JPY. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes to decide if we're going to get in. Yeah, I don't like that AUD trade. Absolutely blew it out. It could just be creating a pretty big wick, though. Like, if it respects it, the fair value gap's still there. My yellow line's on it. The fair value... Nope, now it's not. It's not there anymore. Forget that. It still could be creating a wick off the EMA ribbon. That's the only thing I have to say about that. I think we're going to end up getting in buys on USD JPY. Just check GJ real quick. GJ's at that EMA ribbon. That's what I was worried about. The Euro GBP is trying so hard to break it. GBP NZD also trying hard to break it. The NZD pairs are dropping. There's that NZD USD trade. Break the lows there. You could be good for 6 to 23. Wow, look at AUD JPY, guys. Look at that. Again, it could be a huge wick, though. All right, guys. I think... Oh. I think we're good, guys. We're going to get in buys. We're getting in buys on USD JPY. I'm in. I'm going to send it out right now. Let me just move these out. I'm in buys on it. Let's see, I got in at price, entry price. I got in at, oh shit, did I get in on the wrong one? I got in at 156,908. All right, that's where I'm in at, guys. I'm in. I'm gonna send this out right now. Copy image. Let's go to the Discord. Free signals. We're long on USDJPY, guys. Haven't taken a trade in a couple days, so this one's going to go out to everyone. You like it? I appreciate that. How many people we got in the Discord now, Dale? $27. Let's go. Heck yeah. Let's go. All right, we're in long on USDJPY, guys. Took us a while to get here, but we're here. We're going to see what happens. I'm confident in this one, I think. I like it. I like it. Hopefully you guys understand why we got in that. Miguel, you got why we got in that. Adele, you got that. Who's the other people? Emily, Michael, whoever we had it. Amanda, not Emily. Charles FX, you in on this? Good. Waiting for that retracement is huge. Our stop loss is right at the bottom there at, what is that, 156,644. We're going to adjust that tad to 156,616. Our stop loss is going to be 156,616. Nah, really don't like that. We'll give it some room to breathe. But yeah. I'm glad. It's important. Understanding why we take the trades is why we do this. And TP1 we got up there. Yeah, TP1's right there. We might sit on this for a little bit, which would kind of suck, but I wouldn't be surprised. And don't be surprised if we retest this, guys. Again, don't be surprised if we had our break, right? Let me use a different tool here. We had our break. This could be a break and retest, which is fine. Break, retest either this fair value gap zone or retest this the high that we broke. And then go up from there. We could. I'm just saying we could. So when you're managing your risk and you're setting up your trade, you want to know what drawdown you're able to hold. I am too, a little bit. So we're in it though. We're in it, but don't be surprised if you got a break and retest. And I'm gonna put here Now we watch it. Oh, and confirmed uptrend. There you go. Sham Saeed, what's up, man? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, we waited for the retracement. We waited. Yeah, on the hour we waited for this retracement right here. Yeah, we waited for the retracement. But I see what you're saying. Like I said, and this is what I said to the chat before, be prepared. You could get a break and retest and then have it go up from here. You could get that. And you could be prepared for that. Totally possible. But we're fully prepared to possibly be able to hold 10 pips down. Just is what it is. But we watched this trade for 2 hours before getting in it. You know? Yeah, we've been watching this trade for quite some time. But I wrote out our 4 confirmations there, so if you're just joining, you can see why we got in the trade. If you're just watching, I wrote it out. If you're just joining, why we got in the trade. Now we want to take out these highs. So you've got four confirmations there. Sham Saeed. Sorry if I butchered your name, man. What do we got here? $2.5 pips. Like to smash this previous high. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I spelled uptrend wrong. Forgot the D. Nice. Good break there, too. Good break of the highs there. So our TP1, 7.7 pips. Our TP2 is 19.3 pips. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I did this. I'm in 3 lots. I saw it. I was trying to give you the nod. I like this trade. It's a good trade. I think it's going to take a little bit to get to 15 pips on which one? What, on Euro JPY? Yeah, after the ribbon flip? Yeah, 15 pips. And that's when I'd get out. If you got in on that Euro JPY trade right there, that's when I'm out right there. My strategy, that's when I'm out, and you're approaching an inverse fair value gap right there. I would be out on that Euro JPY trade if you got in right there off this wick with the full candle closure above the EMA ribbon and the fair value gap. I'd be out right there. Right at this top. Could it keep going? Yeah. Close 75% and move. Now, if you want to be... I'd wait till TP1. That inverse fair value gap on the 15-minute on Euro JPY scares the shit out of me. And that's the only reason why. If there was no inverse fair value gap and no resistance whatever at all on that chart previously, I'd say let it fly. But take 50%, 75%, leave 25% as a runner, and move stop losses to break even. So, it's a good question. Yes, there are other setups for tonight, but I'm not personally looking at them anymore. Once I pick a trade, I don't hop around on charts anymore. I'll take a peek, but I'm not getting in anything else. I'm in a trade, and I'll stay in this trade until I take my profit. And I typically only take one a night. I typically don't take more than one in one night. Great movement on USD JPY, guys. Ghost Trades. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice of you to say. I appreciate that. Yeah, like, I used to try and take like 5-6 trades a night. Like, get one, get my 15 pips, get out. Get another one, get my 15 pips, get out. And I learned that that's just over trading. Caught gold this morning. Nice. Tulani Tenjekwayo. God, I probably butchered that. I do apologize. But welcome. Hi, how you doing? I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It does take balls, especially when you lose. It's a real shitty feeling. What do we got here, guys? What do we got? 4 pips. Take a look at this hour chart here. Yeah, we like that hour chart a lot. It broke the wick too on the hour. That's solid. Solid that it broke the wick. I appreciate it, man. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Discord's free if you want. If not, don't worry about it. But I just always throw it out there. It's pinned. It's free, baby. We're going to grow the biggest community. I really hope so. All organically. You're right. You're right. It's funny, though. People switch up real quick. Like, it does take balls to trade live. But the second you got a negative trade live, they're like, next streamer, next streamer, next streamer. Yeah, quality over quantity. I'll take a quality trade any day. Especially when I'm trading my own money, of course. And again, I want to make something clear too. I'll move this down here so it's out of the way. But we took this trade on the 1 hour and the 4 hour based off what we saw on the 1 and what we saw on the 4. So this trade may not matriculate and actually happen for a couple of hours. Yes, we're in profit, but our basis for analyzing this trade was on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I'm looking at the 15 because I want to see what it's doing, but we took this trade on the 1 and the 4. Mainly on the 1, but the 4 created a massive fair value gap above the zone, and it did it on the 1, and it did it on the 15. We created a fair value gap and had a full candle closure above the key zone that hasn't been breached since Monday, January 26th at 8 a.m. And then if you hop down to the 15, you still got your break, your fair value gap, 2 of them. So all around, just solid. On the 1 hour, your broker's forming a W. Yeah, I mean it is kind of a big W. It is kind of one big W. Yeah, I mean you could draw it out. It's kind of like one big W right here. There was a lot of movement in between there, but you know what, you get the point. So then to be in and out on one day, are you saying 1 hour and 15-minute time frames? Yes. Yes. Like if I want to be in and out in the session, it's the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Yeah, I don't think you can say that, Frenchman. That's funny. But yeah, like ideally this trade worked on all the time frames, so ideally I want to trade the 15 because I don't want to sit in the trade. Like nobody wants to sit in trades. Swing trading's good too. Like, swing trading's good too, but you cannot be on the charts when you're swing trading. You just can't. Like, once you find your setup for those couple days or that week, set and forget. Do not go looking at the 4 hour and the 15-minute and the 1 hour and the... You can't, because you're trading on the day or the week. I'd go crazy. Yeah, I'd go crazy. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oops. I don't know what I did differently today with my camera, but you can see those lights way better. You guys tell it's a Crown Royal logo and an ace and a jack for like blackjack? I don't know, camera just looks better today, I think. I don't know what I did differently, but it looks better. The positives to swing trading though is you take less trades and you have less time on the charts. But like to be a true day trader, I feel like to be a true like day trader, like I define that as taking a trade within that day. Could be wrong. That's just the way I look at it though. Yeah, I like Crown Royal. Yeah, one of my friends got me that for present. The other one says let's party, like par and tea, but you can't really read it well. But yeah, big Crown guy. I like Crown. $460 subscribers. We just jumped 10 subscribers this stream. Thank you guys. Really means a lot. It's been green all day. I left it green because I knew we were gonna make profit. I wanted to make it green though, yeah. It's green, it's green. It's green, baby. I like that we broke the high. That's a solid indication. We may get a doji candle before it goes again, but we'll see. Like I said, prepare yourself for a break and retest, but at the same time, everything indicates it's going to keep going. But prepare yourself for a break and retest at worst. Cheeto Puffs 27. What's up, man? What's going on? How are you? Hopefully you're having a good day. How should you start? Yeah, I'll go over my strategy, sure. So, here's what we'll do. We'll take it from top to bottom, okay, guys? I'm going to leave this all the way up here because this is important. We're going to talk about this in a minute. So, we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame and mark out key zones. And I know it's hard to see because I already have a lot. But we marked our bottom zone way down here, our support here, and our resistance here. Then we marked our minor zones. So the zones that are in between. So the highest up range and the lowest range. Right? From where we're at. Highest range and the lowest range. You go down to the 1 hour, and we saw that we were ranging. Here's my yellow lines here. These yellow lines are indicating where we were ranging between. This was our consolidation right here. Right? All of this right here is consolidation. So after we've defined our support and our resistance, which you can see by these yellow lines here. Let me move this over for you guys that are on the vertical. Sorry. Support and resistance. We wait to get a break above this way, or a break below it this way. We finally got our break above it over here. Now what we're using as our confirmations are right here. We had a full break of the high. The high's right here. This yellow line was the high, previous high. A full candle closure above that key zone, which was right here, this big green candle. And then I use EMA ribbons and fair value gaps. This EMA ribbon, we had a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon right here and right here. The second one was above the zone and the EMA ribbon. And our final confirmation is we created a fair value gap right here, which is a 3-pattern gap there. It's the distance between the close on this candle and the open on this candle. So we had 4 confirmations, and then you can also go and check TradingView's technicals and see that everything's a buy. Five confirmations right there. That's my strategy. That's it. I do that over and over again. Again, I said we can get the break and retest, right? So a break and retest would mean you break the zone like this, and you may come back down and retest that high that you broke. So we may retest this zone right here, which is fine as long as we don't break all the way down through it. We can retest this zone right here. Anywhere between here and here is fine to retest. I would start getting worried around here, and down there's our stop loss, because we want to give it some room to move since we're trading on the 1 and the 4. But ideally, the lowest we see is about halfway down this candle, and then we see it go up like this from here. What was the website that you told to buy? What do you mean? Like my Discord channel? It's pinned in the comment there. It's free. Discord channel's free. The website that told me to buy? Nothing told me to buy. I told me to buy. This was I analyzed this. Oh, liquid charts. Liquid charts. Liquid Brokers is the name of it. Usually the 4 hour and the 1 hour, or the 1 hour and the 15-minute. And again, I'm really not worried here about this movement because we can expect it to retest this. And we could have waited to see a retest, but we already waited 2 hours to get in this trade. So the confirmation was there, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll usually analyze on the 1 and the 4, and then the 1 and the 15. That's really it. I like analyzing from top down though. So like I'll start on the 4, go to the 1, and then you can look at the 15 and execute on the 15 if you want. But typically I execute off the 1 hour. I just see the structure, the market structure better that way. Not typically, no. Only 1 day a week. I do the New York session 1 day a week. I like the Asian session better, to be quite honest with you. There's not as much news. It's not affected by news as much, and I just like it better. And it works with my schedule better. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if we get to the point where I'm streaming 100% full time, and I got there by trading the Asian session, there's no way that I'm gonna go just jump to trading the New York. Like, I've been very successful off the Asian session. Like, there's no reason to jump and change my... what did you ask? How much have I made off day trading? I mean, it's hard to say. I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm in profit, I can tell you that. I'm in profit. I worked on Wall Street. I'm now a golf professional, but I worked on Wall Street. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. So, let's just leave it at that. Does that make sense, Cheeto Puffs? It's a good name, by the way. I haven't had Cheeto Puffs in a long time. I just don't think that I'd jump to the New York session again. Like, I like it, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel the need to, well, I appreciate you joining, man. I think there's too much negativity in the trading space, and I want to change that. I think the trading space can be more positive for everybody. Because essentially, it's us against the market. It's not us against each other. That's why I don't understand these Instagram and TikTok traders talking shit about each other. Like, it's all of us against the market. Shit, if we can all be on one channel and say bye, we'd be able to manipulate it like BlackRock does. I'm not worried about the 5-minute on this trade. We analyzed this on the 4 and the 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of scammers. I mean, I just don't understand how people would scam in this industry. Like, I get selling courses and stuff. Like, I don't sell a course. I sell my time, per se. Like, I have a VIP signal group, but there's a free one also. You don't have to be in the VIP group. I think if you're really good at something and you do it really good for free, people will want to pay you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to... If you're not good enough at it free, people aren't going to want to pay you. But if you create value by doing something for free, other people are going to put a price tag on what you do. I've already been at that point. I've had people ask me to trade their capital for them. So. What was your question? If I had taken 3 whole lots, I would be shivering with this retracement. Oh, no, man. We waited this trade out for almost 2 hours. This is a good analyzation. This is a great analysis. Analyzation, that's not a fucking word. Nah, this is... I like this analysis. Yeah, honesty, integrity is important. There's like a ton of streamers that are huge, though. Like, I was looking earlier, there was a guy, he wasn't even speaking English. I don't know what he was speaking, but I was just looking around to see what thumbnails people were using. I mean, there was a guy today that had 121,000 people live on his stream. Some guy from India or Pakistan, I don't know where he was from because I didn't understand his language, but it makes me realize, I mean, I'm just starting this journey. I'm glad you understand it, though. I would say that the 4 hour and the 1 hour typically don't close until the following day, or won't close until like later tonight. Like, it might be a couple hours. It just really depends. Like, sometimes you get the movement, you know what I mean? Our take profits, we put them where they're at, where they are at, and because of where they're at, whenever they get there, they get there. Like, sometimes it happens in 10 minutes, sometimes it happens in 3 hours, sometimes it happens in 8 hours. but most of the time where I put them is going to put us within reach to get there at a reasonable time. I don't want to sit here through another session and have to put, you know, marks up on my phone and stuff. But yeah, I'm not worried about this retracement. It is. You got to be patient with trading. I mean, if you think the market's going to go straight up from the second you take a trade, you're nuts. It's just not going to happen. And like I said, guys, we took this on the 4. We took this on the 4 and the 1 hour. Like, our retracement is happening. It's already happened. I don't think it's going under this, but like our key zone is... I don't know. I like the trade. I think we're going to reject this just fine. We're going to get another hour candle in 15 minutes anyway. I may re-enter, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's free. It's this one right here. I don't remember if I created this or not. I might have created like a version of it. It's EMA. Here, I'll show you. EMA, and it's a ribbon, and I use 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So that's the... And then I changed each one to be a different color. So it looks like a literal ribbon, like a rainbow. And I can tell when the top frame and the yellow flips underneath the white, I know there's a ribbon flip. Or when the white flips above the yellow, I know when there's a ribbon flip. Like you saw it right there, you saw it right there. And it's a pretty good indication. Yeah, it's a good one. I like it. I should have less lag, by the way, Adele. I put it on ultra low latency. I don't know if that changed anything. Should be less lag on YouTube. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. Oops, sorry. What's going on? NWA4 Stella. I think that's how you say that. Might have butchered that one as well. If so, I apologize. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like, and once you become confident enough with your strategy, like this kind of movement doesn't scare you. It's not making me nervous. Plus, I already know that I know the absolute most that I can lose because that's what we put our stop loss at. But I don't think it's going to go there. I think we're minimally going to tap TP1. Well, we'll see. I mean, I might re-enter this trade. We entered on the 1 hour. We analyzed on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and we entered on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I'd like to retain this fair value gap through the hour. That would be ideal. Well, I appreciate that. The best way to learn is just to tune into the streams. They're free. And the Discord channel's also free. So, it's all free learning. I post my charts. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah, if you want to learn trading, you want to learn it from me, just get in the Discord. It's free. Or tune into my, at least subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you'll get notifications when I go live. Who was waiting for the retracement? Was that you, Sham Saeed? God, I hope I'm saying that right. Just correct me if I'm not. I think there's your retracement there. Yeah, I think that's your retracement, man. We'll see. I mean, we could revisit this fair value gap going into the hour, but I like what I'm seeing here. I'd like to respect this fair value gap. Wow, I can't even pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try, but 6600 at the end. We're long on USD JPY. Po Breg Sicat 6600. Yeah, the fair value gap does reshape as time goes on, because the low of the candle changes. Correct. If the low of the candle changes, because that's why we don't want to see it take it out. It could take it out. I don't want to see it take it out. I just want to say thanks again, guys, to everyone who's watching. This is my most viewed stream ever, I think. Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man, it's all free. I'm interested to see what we get in the next 9 minutes. It's not clickable. Hey, Adele, can you send it for me, please? If you get a chance. Adele's gonna send it for you. I don't know why we're having issues with that, because it works for me, but it's got to work for you guys. Let me see. Actually, I should be able to see if this works. Oh, we both sent different ones. Delete mine, delete mine. I think the one I sent was wrong. Setting and forgetting. See you tomorrow, Miguel. Have a good night. Appreciate you joining, brother. Oh, don't delete it. Oops. I'll put it back. What pair is this? This is USD JPY. USD JPY is this pair. We are trading USD JPY. We are long on USD JPY. We entered on the 1 hour based on 4 hour and 1 hour time frame analysis. We're going to see what happens here in the next 6 minutes, though. We're going to get a new hour candle. What do we got? 5 minutes? Yeah. What the... All right. Take a look at the one here. Yeah, I'm just not worried about it. That's some good, nice little suck up there. Going into this new hour candle. What do we got? 2 minutes and 34 seconds until we get a new candle here, guys. Two minutes. 466. Wow. 466 subscribers, guys. That's pretty cool. Well, that's why. We're gonna wait a couple minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's getting late here. It's 10 o'clock here. Let's see what happens here. We got another minute. How's my password? All right, let's see what we got here. What are we holding here? 6 pips. All right. All right, well, we got our new hour candle here, so let's see what happens. I still got strong buys on almost everything. We respected the fair value gap on the hour. So that's a solid indication, but we'll see what happens here. Again, I think we might see some break and retest. There we go. It did break the FVG. It did. It's alright. Like I said, break and retest. It's going in and out of that FVG. See, because it's back there. We'll see what happens to it. See how it's holding it, and then it's coming back, and then it's holding it, and then it's coming back. Another good indication on the 15 here. So we ideally don't want to go through this EMA ribbon. But the 4 hours is fine because that could just be a wick. Again, structure this trade, I still like it. Let's see here. This is a really key zone right here that we're at. It's a key zone for sure. I love how the second that a trade goes negative, everyone leaves. It's wild. You know what though? That's trading, man. Everybody wants to see positive all day, every day. I know you're here, Adele. I think it's just funny. But we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah. And we're still completely valid in this trade. Like I said, it just could be a break and retest. Because we had it here, 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 here. People do want the easy stuff. But I just think it's funny. I don't know if that's all time, is it? All time is what? 157. Well, yeah, 1577 up here. Yeah. We have USD news in the morning. Check that. No, we don't have. Yes, we do. We have unemployment claims in the morning. We have unemployment claims in the morning, which is fine. We're holding this zone nicely, though. Again, it's not just a line, it's a zone. So, like, we're holding the zone nicely. Yeah, this might be a swing trade. Yeah, this might be a swing trade. But did you have the proper risk management on this, to where your stop loss won't take you out, and your stop loss is still, you can hold some drawdown? I just don't see us breaking this zone. Well, we don't want to know that. You don't want to be at a point of liquidation. I think it's going to fight to bring that fair value gap back up. $155. Oh, way down there. Oh, okay, you're fine. Yeah, just keep your stop loss where we have it. Because where we have it is into the fair value gap and under the ribbon. Like, keep it where we have it. Can't believe how many subscribers we got this stream. Up to 467. It's just trying to scare us. It's at that zone. We're still within our zone. Blake Simpson, what's going on, man? How are you? What's cooking? We're in buys on your USD JPY, holding a little bit of drawdown. Holding, what, 12 pips? 12 pips of drawdown. But we had a pretty good analysis here, so... I think we're still solid, to be honest with you. The only way I get concerned is if we break this zone. And on the 4, like, still could be a wick. GJ? Yeah, GJ went and then retraced as well. It is just still pushing down. But like I said, this zone right here is all that matters. That's all that matters. Because what I think we're seeing is just a break and retest. Personally, that's what I think we're seeing. At this, yeah, we're fine. I'm probably gonna hop off here because it's late. But, thanks, Blake. I appreciate that. It's a good stop loss. It's a good area. Again, we broke the highs since back all the way to January 26th. We had a full candle closure above the new zone. We're just getting a break and retest. And I think the absolute lowest area we'll see is right here. I just don't think we're going to see lower than that. And we took this trade on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Like, certainly not loving the drawdown, but it is what it is. What's DXY? What's DXY? I don't know what that is. You got the same zones? I am a little surprised to see it drive down here, but again, we are still in the zone. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't even look at that. Yeah, we'll see. I mean,